for today's session, we are going to see very important concept, that is how to start working with HTML code. Okay, so we will see the basic procedure of running the HTML code. Yes. All right. So is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yes. So today we are going to see how exactly we execute the HTML code, or what is the exact procedure of executing the HTML code. All right. Okay. So you can use so many other editors for executing the HTML code, but the basic thing that you need to learn, initial step that is needed to be learned with the Notepad++. Okay. So it is very important to understand how we are going to install this Notepad++. So students, those who have attended the class right now, please put your roll number and name in the chat box as a part of attendance. Okay. All right. So we already know that we are learning web programming, right? So web programming is used to develop what? Web applications, right? So web applications can be executed using what? Web browsers, right? Web applications can be executed using web browsers. Okay, so already in the last sessions we have seen that how the web applications are executed, right? So web applications are executed on web browsers. So we need different web programs. We need different web programming languages. Okay, when we want to execute these web programs, we need different web programming languages, right, to create different types of web programs. So the first part of language which we are going to learn, right, the first language, the basic language which we are going to learn is HTML and XHTML. Okay, HTML and XHTML. So what is HTML, guys? HTML is hypertext, okay, markup, hypertext markup language. Okay, so this is the language which is understood by HTTP protocol. Okay, so we had already seen what is HTTP protocol, right? So HTTP protocol is used by web browsers, right? This protocol is used by web browsers. Okay, when we want to run what? The web applications, when we want to execute or when we want to open any web applications or websites, what do we need? We need help of, okay, we need help of this HTTP protocol. Clear to you? So when we want to do web programming, we need to learn the basic languages, that is HTML and XHTML, right? So today I'm going to tell you the basics, right? I'm going to tell you the basics of how to execute this HTML part, or how to run this HTML part. All right. Okay. So using so many editors, okay, there are so many different editors which are used. Okay, there are so many different editors which we can use to do this HTML code. But today I am going to tell you how to install a Notepad++ editor. Okay, now when I want to do this web programming, there are two options. One is the editor, right? One are the text editors, okay, or editors, right? Text editors or editors where you are going to type the HTML code. The second thing that we are going to use is web programming. Second concept which we are using is web programming IDE, right? So what is this IDE? Do you know what is meaning of IDE? IDE is what? Integrated, right? It is integrated development, okay, yeah, environment. So there are two things when we want to do the HTML code, right? So one is your text editor or editors, right, to do the HTML code. And the second thing is what? Web programming IDE. So what is IDE? Integrated development environment, right? So there are two concepts when we want to run the HTML code. So we can execute HTML code using these two concepts, or we can type HTML code in these two sections. So one is what? This text editor, and second is your IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment, right? All right. So I'm going to tell you about the editor today. So we are going to discuss about how to, yes, how to play or how to deal with the, how to work with, yeah, how to work with HTML code in editors. Okay. So we are going to see how to work with HTML code in editor, right? All right. So the first thing that you need to do for installation, suppose if you have laptops at your home, you can just follow this instructions after my class. You can just try installing the Notepad++. Okay, see the version which I'm using is 7.9.5. Okay, the version which I'm using is 7.9.5. So you can try these steps if you have a laptop at your home. Okay, after the class, you can try doing these steps. All right. Okay. So the second thing which I want to do, right? The second thing which we do here, just go to control panel, which is located on your My Computer option, right? So the control panel is located in your My panel, that is My Computer option. So when you go there to your control panel, see, when you go to control panel, this is My Computer. After going to My Computer, when you go here for control panel, choose system. There is one menu called as what? System. So when you click on the system, you will get few details of your computer, right? You will get all the hardware and software details of your laptop or your desktop, right? So here you can see that I have got Windows 8, okay, Windows 8.1 Pro, right? So these are my system details. I have a processor that is Intel Core i3, okay. Installed RAM, I have 4 GB RAM, out of that 2.66 GB is under use. And the main thing which I need here is the system type. Okay, so the main thing which is needed for me is the system type. Okay, so what is my system type? 32-bit operating system, right? So that is a very important concept here when we want to install any of the software, right? So this plays very major role during the installation of the different types of software on your laptop or on your desktop. So I have got a 32-bit OS, right, and x64 based processor, right? So yeah, there are two things. One is x86, x64 based processor. I have a 32-bit operating system, right? So please note it down that which type of operating system is there in your computer and what type of Windows you are using. The first step that you need to do is just take care of what is the version of Windows that you are using, note it down. And along with that, you have to note the important concept, that is 32-bit OS. Okay, so the concept clear. I have got two things here. That is, one is I have Windows. Okay, so I have Windows 8, and I have what? 32-bit OS, right? So I have a 32-bit OS. These are the two things which I need when I want to install my Notepad+. Clear to you? After this thing, after noting this, the third thing that you need to do is focus on the next steps. Okay, so go to Google or just open any of the web browser. And after opening that web browser, what you need to do, just type the details, that is Notepad++ download 32-bit. Okay, so as I told you, I have 32-bit OS, so I need a 32-bit Notepad++. If I take 64-bit, it will show me error during execution. So if you are having a higher configuration laptop, I think basically this will be 64-bit. Okay, so please first check, right? First check what type of OS you're having, and after that what you do is type it into the URL. So what is this? This is an URL. This is also an URL. This is a search bar, search location bar of your Google, right? There you type what? Notepad++. Okay. So after typing Notepad++, just make sure that you are typing the 32-bit or 64-bit operating system, whichever operating system, laptop or computer you have. Okay. So after doing that, I can see that I got so many options here. So what are the options here? I have got Notepad++ 7.8 release. Okay. Download Notepad++, Notepad 32-bit, right? So after doing this task, what I did is I preferred more options. Okay. And then I chose current version, that is 7.9.5. Okay. So I went for 7.9.5, right? So from where I got this, okay? So I just opened this, right? And just scrolled it down. And then I got this release, that is 7.9.5. Okay, so I clicked on this option, that is downloads Notepad++. Okay, guys. So once when you open that, you can go for this screen, that is Notepad++. I chose this option. And then after choosing this option, it opened for me the 7.9.5 window. Okay, so then I went for this, that is current version 7.9.5. There's no problem working with the latest release of Notepad++. Okay, so it will not create any problem during installation of latest version, but make sure, as I told you, operating system. Okay, so operating system is very, very important during the procedure of installing any of the software, not only Notepad++, but when you want to install any of the software, that is very, very important. Okay, all right. So after doing this, what I did, I just went for installing procedure. There are options. You can see that so many options are there, like installer, GPG signature, portable zip, portable 7-zip, mini portable. So I chose installer. You can also choose portable zip. Okay, I clicked on installer, and as soon as I clicked on installer, I got so many other options. Okay, so the options that were visible for me were like this. When I clicked on installer, you can see that these things were installed. Okay, so please see here at the below. What thing happened? I thought that the laptop is having 64-bit OS. So first I downloaded what? 64-bit. Okay, I downloaded what? 64-bit, and then at the time of installation, I saw that there was an error for me. Okay, I saw that there was an error for me. So what I did, again I went back to the screen, and I chose what? 32-bit OS, right? And after choosing 32-bit OS, right? So I was like successful for taking this, that is 7.8 setup. Okay, 7.8 setup. So it is 7.9.5. Okay, but this setup, when you install, it will automatically update to the higher version, right? It will automatically update to the higher version, right? So no need to take what? The other version, right? So just click here, that is 7.8 release. Okay, and after taking this 7.8 release, automatically it will go for this, right? And it is showing me that current version is 7.9.5. So why it is showing? Once when I install that 7.8, once when I install that 7.8, it will automatically upgrade, right? It will automatically upgrade to the higher version. So once when you see that the download is successful like this, it will come. When you click on, see, it will come like this, Notepad installer. And then when you click on this option, show all, it is visible to you, right? Or when you just double click here, when you just double click on this installer.exe, automatically what is going to happen? It will install. Okay, automatically it is going to install your software. Clear to you? Right. Okay. So then we need to follow some basic steps here. So what are those basic steps? Just go on clicking. See, it is recommended that, so do not worry about all these things. Just go on clicking to the next option. Okay, so when you go on clicking to the next option, okay, automatically it will go on installing, right? It will automatically go on installing the things, right? Are there any difficulties till now? Any queries up till now? Okay. So when you go on clicking to the next, see, it is installed where the software gets installed into C:/program files/notepad++. Okay. The software where get installed into C program files/notepad++. So you have C drive into your computer, and then into your C drive, there is a file called as a program files. Okay. And then it will get installed as a notepad++. Clear to you? Okay. So this is the next step. After that, you just go on clicking to the next and next. Okay. Then there comes an option called as what? There is one more option called as a create shortcut on desktop. Okay. So when I click on this option, that is create shortcut on desktop, okay, it will create a notepad++ icon on the screen. Okay, so I will show you how it creates an option on the screen. Okay, yes. So are there any difficulties still here? Is it clear? Any queries up till here? Huh? Yes, guys, any queries if you have? Just I'll take a pause for 1 minute here. Any queries? Any queries, or shall I continue? Yes, any queries? Yes, guys, any queries? All right. So once after doing that, what you need to do is just install it on your screen, right? Yes. So this is the final step. Once when you install that, this is the final step. Okay. Yes. Any queries? So if you have laptop at your home, you can just try this. You can just try doing this. Okay. And just try doing this. And all right. See, so that was the thing. Once again, I will just repeat the procedure. First, I chose what is the 32-bit OS. I just chose the 32 or 64-bit. After that, I chose 32 or 64, whatever your operating system version is there, that is 32-bit or 64-bit. So after choosing that, I went for downloading. Once when it is downloaded, I double clicked. Okay. So where did I double click, guys? See, I double clicked here, that is installer, and then it got installed. Okay. So after installation, it is very easy. Just go on clicking to next, next, and next. Okay. And then finish. So 3 to 4 times you have to just press on the next button, and then you can see that the procedure is over. Okay. Yes. So this is the procedure of installing the Notepad++, right? So this is the one part. So this is the one part your installation will be over, right? So I will just open the Notepad after this PPT and show you. So the second part for today's lecture, right? The second part for today's lecture is that we will see after installation, what is the second step? Okay, yeah. So after installation, right? So what you're going to do after installation, the immediate second step after the installation, right? So we need to create one folder, right? So we want to create one folder, right? Why we need to create this folder, guys? We need to create the folder, okay, to store the data, right? We need to create the folder to store the data, right? Yes. So am I audible to all of you? Screen is visible clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, thank you. So if any problem is there, just inform me in between. Okay. Yes. So after installation, what I'm going to do? The second thing which I'm going to do is create one folder. So why we need a folder? First thing we need to create a folder is because we want to save our files in that folder, right? We want to create a folder because whatever HTML programs you're going to do, those programs you want to save into that folder. So that is the reason. First thing that we do is creation of the folder. Okay. So we have got so many drives in our computer, right? So you can see that I have C drive, E drive, G drive, and H drive. Okay, so many drives are there. So C drive is very, very important because all our backup, all our programs, all our system softwares, okay, whatever data we are going to install, all that data is stored on the C drive. So C drive is just like a thing where our operating system is installed, right? Okay. Our operating system is basically installed where, tell me, it is on the C drive, right? So what are these drives? Drives are nothing but the partitions which are created on our hard disk, okay? So partition, suppose we have a 50 GB hard disk, okay? We can divide that hard disk into 10, 10, 10 or 20, 20, 10 like this, right? So those are called as what? Drives. Drives are nothing but what? The partitions which are created on our hard disk, okay? So now you can see that I have not chosen C drive to create as a folder right now. Why? Because if you store directly in C drive, sometimes if there is any problem with the operating system, your files will get corrupted. So for HTML, I'm not choosing a C drive right now. Okay, for different types of web programming, it is compulsory to choose C drive only. But for HTML, there is no compulsion right now. So you can create a folder in any of these drives like E, F, G, okay, or H, right? So you can take any drive of your interest, right? You can take any drive that you feel comfortable with, right? So after taking this drive, what I'm going to do is, see, I opened here G drive. If you can just make a note here, if you can see what I did, the G drive is clicked. See this PC, then new volume G. That is new volume is nothing but hard disk part G. The drive name is G here. So I went to G drive and then I right clicked in this space. Okay. And after clicking, I got this pop up and then I clicked on what? Folder, right? Yeah. So when I right click here, I got this pop up. Then I clicked on new and I got this pop up that is called as what? Folder, right? Then what I did, I created one folder here, right? I created one folder. Okay. And then I opened the folder. So the first procedure is creation of a folder, right? Then the second procedure is create a subfolder. In that main folder, again, I have to create what? A subfolder. Okay. In that main folder, again, I have to create a subfolder, right? So hope this is clear. First choose the G drive. Okay. Then right click for new folder. Okay. So after clicking on to the folder, right? So this is the thing which I got. So once when I clicked on to new folder and I named the folder as what? WP division A. Okay. First thing is I went for this PC G drive. Okay. Then I clicked on new and then I clicked on folder. Okay. G drive, right click, new folder. So after creating folder, the folder is created here and I gave the name as WP division E. Okay. This is the procedure of creating the folder. So what I did here, guys, I created this folder, that is WP division E. This is the folder which I created and the name that I gave here, okay, for the folder was WP division E. So you can see that the name given is in small case, that is WP division E. So remember one more thing which I want to tell you here is that the capital and small letters are very, very important here. If you are giving in small letters, you have to remember the folder which is in small. If you are giving in capital letter, remember the folder which is in capital letter. So what I want to tell you is that the name plays very important role here. Okay, so whatever name you are giving for this folder, that is WP division A, if it is capital, consider it as a capital in the program. If it is a small case, you have to consider that as a small case into the program. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to tell you. So lecture timing which I had given to you is 12 to 1 o'clock. But the default timing that the Zoom provides us is for 45 minutes. Okay. So I will be taking a lecture for still 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. And then if any queries are there, we will discuss, because last time the session stopped in between for at 12:45. Okay. So the session may directly stop at 12:45. Okay. So do not get panic for that. So I will take the session until 12:40. Okay. All right. Now, so after creating a folder, right? So what I told you, remember whether it is in capital or in small. So for this, we can also call it as a root folder. Okay. The why we call it as a root folder, because it is the main folder. Okay, it is the main folder where you are going to save your files. That is why your folder is also called as what? Root folder. Fine. All right. So this is clear. Then, so what is the next step that you are going to do? Okay. So how we went there? Okay, we first chose G drive, right? In G drive, I clicked on new. Then I created a folder. I named that folder as WP division A. Okay. What is the next step here? I have to create a subfolder into WP division A, right? So what is that subfolder? The subfolder name is images. Okay. So remember that images you can use in small case, or you can use in capital case, or you can use I as a capital and remaining letters as small. So you can use any format, but remember that what name you have given. Okay, what name you have given, that should be correct. For example, suppose my name is what here? Sneha, right? So all of them question that why it is Sneha. It must be Sneha. Everybody will write it in a wrong way, that is Sneha, right? And if they spell it as Sneha Nagaukar, right? So which is not my name. This is not my name, right? This is not my name, right? So what is correct name here? Sneha Nagaukar. So it makes a difference, right? So it makes a difference if you spell it wrong, or if you use wrong spellings, or if you use capital in case of lower and lower in case of capital. So strictly you have to remember that creation of a folder is case sensitive. What is that case sensitive? Case sensitive means if you are using uppercase is nothing but capitals, or if you are using lowercase, use any one, right? And remember, if you are using uppercase, remember that. If you are using lowercase, remember that. So creation of folder name. Today what we saw is creation of folder name. And remember that the creation of the folder is very important. That is, if you are using, yes, okay. Yes, Ashwini. Any queries are there? Any queries, Ashwini? Okay. So whenever you take uppercase letters, create it in uppercase. If you want it in lowercase, create that in the lowercase. All right. So please remember that, right? So what we did is we created in G drive, we created a new folder WP division A. In that we created one more folder, that is images. Okay. See here, you can see that this folder, that is images, where it is created G drive WP division A, and then the images, right? So this is the second part of today's session. First thing is what we saw. We saw installation of a Notepad++. Okay, we saw installation of Notepad++, and then second thing which we saw is what? Creation, okay, of folder and sub folder. All right. Okay. So we saw creation, and we also saw what? Installation of Notepad++. Okay. So next session we will take in tomorrow's class. So still we have 3 minutes. Okay. So until that, what I will do is I will show you the Notepad++. What will happen to the Notepad++? Okay, I will show you how does it get installed. So when I open my desktop, okay, so you can see that yes. So can you see my screen, guys? Screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See here, this is my screen and this is the Notepad++. Okay. So once after installing the Notepad++, it is visible in this way. Okay. So you can see that. See guys, hope you have all entered your attendance. You had entered. Those who have not entered, enter down your attendance. Just put down your attendance. Those who have not yet entered, right? Those who have not yet entered, okay, enter your attendance, right? All right. See, so when I just install it, it will appear on my desktop. Okay, yes. So when it will appear on my desktop, you can see that once when I click this Notepad++, see the location is C program files Notepad++. Okay. So once when I install this Notepad++, so this is the main screen. Okay, you can see that this is the main screen of your Notepad++. Okay, this is the main screen. See, and I have set the path, that is GWP division A first web page.html. So my files are created under this. Okay, so this is how the Notepad++ is visible. Okay, so this is how the Notepad++ is visible once when you complete, okay, the installation process. All right. Okay. So any queries are there for today's session?